At 82, I've learned a lot about life, about love, loss, resilience, and time. But there's one decision I wish I could take back, one I regret more than most. It wasn't made lightly, and it wasn't made alone. But moving into a nursing home changed me. Not just where I lived, but how I lived, who I was. This video isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to help you, or someone you love, make a decision that won't lead to the same regrets. So here are the 6 things I wish someone had told me before I moved into a nursing home. Regret 1. Losing my independence. The first thing I lost wasn't my room or my privacy. It was my independence. Before I moved here, I woke up when I wanted. I could brew my own coffee, even if it was instant. I could fry an egg, take a walk down my street, sit on my own porch. Now, someone else decides when I eat, what I eat, when I bathe, and even when I can go outside. It seems small. A schedule, a few adjustments. But when the decisions about your own life are no longer yours, you feel like a child in an adult's body. I used to make pancakes every Sunday, just for me. Now I get a tray of food I didn't choose, delivered at a time I didn't ask for. You give up little freedoms, and those little freedoms were the whole flavor of my life. Regret 2. Feeling forgotten. I was never expecting a parade. I knew my children were busy, but I didn't know how quickly out of sight could become out of mind. My daughter used to visit every Sunday. We'd laugh, talk about the news. She'd bring photos of the grandkids. Then it was every other Sunday. Then once a month. Now sometimes it's a phone call. They don't mean to forget us. Life just moves fast. But in here, life moves slow, painfully slow, and waiting for a visit that doesn't come hurts more than I expected. I have a phone, but I hesitate to call. I don't want to bother anyone. So I sit, day after day, looking at old pictures, wondering if they remember me the way I remember them. Loneliness is heavier when you're surrounded by people, but still feel invisible. Regret 3. Losing my purpose. You don't realize how meaningful small routines are until they're gone. I used to sweep the front porch, pull weeds from my garden, wash dishes by hand. They weren't chores. They were purpose. They made me feel useful. Now, everything is done for me. And while that sounds convenient, it also feels like being erased. I knew a man here named George. He used to be a carpenter. He built his own home. But here, he wasn't allowed to fix a squeaky chair. Liability, they said. His hands, once rough with work, now trembled over crossword puzzles. He told me one day, "I've got nothing left to make." Losing your purpose isn't just sad. It's deadly. When you stop having reasons to get up in the morning, eventually, you don't. Regret 4. Faster health decline. You'd think that a nursing home would help you stay healthier longer. But what I've seen, and lived, says otherwise. When I moved in, I could walk on my own. I was slow, sure, but I was steady. Within months, I was using a walker. By year 2, a wheelchair. Alice, my friend, used to walk laps around the courtyard every morning. Now she barely leaves her bed. It's not that they don't care. The staff here is kind, but everything is about efficiency. It's easier to bring a wheelchair than to wait for someone to walk on their own. Studies show older adults lose muscle twice as fast when inactive. But here, there's little to do, few places to go, and even fewer reasons to move. The decline is slow, then sudden. And once you lose the ability to move freely, your world shrinks to the size of your room. Regret 5. Loss of privacy and dignity. I never thought I'd feel embarrassed at this age. But dignity doesn't vanish all at once. It's taken from you, little by little. At first it was sharing a room, then someone walking in while I was changing, then needing help in the bathroom. It's humbling, it's human, but it's hard. We all deserve privacy. We all deserve respect. But here time is tight. So they knock, but don't always wait. They help, but not always gently. I used to choose my own clothes. Now sometimes they're picked for me. I used to take long showers. Now it's a quick rinse with someone watching. Being treated like a patient instead of a person chips away at you. It's not just uncomfortable, it's dehumanizing. Regret 6. It's harder to leave than you think. When I moved in, it was just supposed to be temporary. I told myself, just until I recover from this fall, just until things stabilize. But life moves forward, and outside, my old world kept changing. My house got rented out. My car was sold. My room became a storage unit, and my family got used to me being here. Soon I wasn't visiting a nursing home. I was living in one. And by the time I realized I wanted out, it was too late. Not because the door was locked, but because so many little ties to my old life had been cut. Leaving would mean rebuilding from scratch, and that takes strength I no longer have. I don't share these regrets out of bitterness. I share them out of love, for those who still have a choice. If you're considering a nursing home, please think beyond the polished brochures and smiling staff photos. Ask, will I still feel human? Will I still have freedom? Will I still have a reason to wake up? There are other options: in-home care, shared housing, assisted living with more flexibility. They're not perfect, but they might keep you closer to yourself. Talk to your family. Tell them what you want before the decision is made for you. And if you're a family member watching, listen. Truly listen. Because the person you love isn't just aging. They're still living. And how they live, with dignity, purpose, and connection, matters. Thank you for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments. Whether you're just starting this journey or deep in it, you're not alone. Let's keep this conversation going. Because every elder deserves more than safety. We deserve respect, and we deserve to be heard. You know, when you're young, everyone wants to hear what you think. But when you grow older, the world gets quieter around you. Well, I still have a voice. And if you're watching this, maybe you feel that too. Like there's still something left to say. Something worth sharing. If this video spoke to your heart, even just a little, don't let it end here. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, so we can keep talking. I make these videos not just to share my regrets, but to help others avoid them. To remind people, especially in this country, that growing old doesn't mean fading away. We're still here, we still matter, and we still have stories to tell. So join me, because the more we share, the more we're heard. Thank you, truly, for being here.